Hey everyone, today we have a special guest. We are bringing on Chris from North Haven Builders. He's somebody I've been following his work for around a year now, a year or two, and we've collaborated on some smaller projects, but we're starting to get into the larger projects. He actually just sold one of his projects on North Haven. It was an amazing house, and he's a coming guy, and I think he's tapping in right now. Hold on a second. There you are, Chris. How you
Hey,
doing?
hey, bud.
How you been?
Good, man. Busy. How about you?
It's insane right now. It
It's
really has been.
wild. This
It's
year is just nuts, man.
I know it's insane. I was just telling everybody how you've been doing this for a couple years, but how your brand and your company has exploded over the last couple of, I would say like last year and a half. At Meganta right now, you're doing almost every other project. It seems like in the lanes and everything like that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot in due part to so many people just being out there, and the more people you have out there, the more they talk to each other. So it's just referral after referral. Um, and as you know, there's just been such a wave of homeowners from the city all over that are looking to settle down out east.
So, what have you been seeing? Like a lot of renovations, or have you been seeing a lot of brand new construction lately?
From my end, renovations is what I get really tapped to do mostly. Is people are buying properties that maybe they can are a little bit below their targeted price point for something that was like totally finished, and they're willing to uh, put their own touch on it and spend the money post closing and bring in a design team and really make it their own.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been seeing a lot of that myself. I think what it is people don't want to wait a year and a half for a done product.
Good
So with
point.
the renos, I mean, you could flip something in 4 to 6 months, so you're saving about a year's time. So that's what I've been seeing on my side is people just don't want to wait. And everybody loves brand new construction, but when you could do a renovation like you've been doing lately, you walk in, you can, dormer the roof or bring more natural light with more windows. Why wait an extra year?
I
So,
think you're 100% right. I mean, I'm doing one or two new constructions a year. We have a really, really exciting project starting in Amagansett, which is a ground up. A few months away, probably till we start. But
awesome.
but on to touch on your point, it's good for me too. I mean, it takes a long time to make money on new construction,
Yeah.
and for us to come in and be able to renovate, and it's a little bit more of an intimate process also, especially now because everybody's in the Hamptons and staying there.
Hmm.
So if from my perspective, if you treat it right and you work together as a team, it just shows more of your attention to detail and how much you care about the product. They get to see it firsthand because they're there. They get to see how you operate.
And how much harder does it, how much harder is it to renovate when the people are actually, using the property? You
It's
know,
tough.
yeah, it's tough. I mean, I can only imagine. Normally, they come for the summer, they give you all winter to renovate, and then by next summer they move back in. But I see, you've been doing renovations with people actually using the homes, right?
Yes. So each property is different, each client is different, and some of them have had experience before with living through renovations, and some of them it's their first time. So I think it's managing expectations from the beginning on timing, on materials, on dust control, things like that. That's a big part of what we do. We
Yeah.
bring in negative pressure air machines on every project we work. We always have plastic enclosures in the space, and we don't leave the site for the day until a full cleanup's done. So it's just that little stuff that people appreciate and they deserve when we're in their home tearing stuff apart and putting it back together, things like that.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely big. I mean, I've walked on some of the job sites, and I'm just like, yeah, how does anybody leave it like this?
Oh,
Especially with.
I can't sleep at night if it's even if I come there. So I'm bouncing around from site to site all day. We're doing about 6 or 7 projects at a time.
Hmm.
So depending on what phase of the project we're in, I'll pop in, I'll spend an hour or two, and then I'm off to the next one.
Hmm.
Like my crews know me now. Like when I'm coming, it's just got to be squared away. And of course, it's going to be messy at certain phases, but
Yeah.
it's just part of the culture that you want. You know, you want to make habits, you want to break habits when you're hiring people and when you're training a crew. So
Hmm.
that's kind of what we've always focused on with my brands. And this year, managing so many different projects at the same time, I've been really proud of everyone that kind of works for me and the way they've handled themselves. It's been nice to see.
So why don't you tell everybody? I know you just sold one of your projects on North Haven Way. That
Yeah,
my
finally.
tourist, yeah, that house was huge. It was beautiful. Why don't you tell people about it and how it's?
Yeah, it was a big house. It was probably too big of a house
Mm-hmm.
for So it was a spec project. We purchased the land, my group and I,
Mm-hmm.
and we designed the home that was 8,200 square feet, which is huge.
Yeah, that's a
It
big
was a
house.
it was a 3 acre property, but we could only really use 1 acre of it due to uh, wetland restrictions and zoning use and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the house was probably too big on the spec side, but the homeowner who purchased it, they got immense value on price per square foot, water view, and the size of the home. I know it works for them. I think they're a family of 6 or 7,
Well,
if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
that's who was going to buy that house. It had to be a large.
Exactly. Yeah, and we probably narrowed our buyer pool a little too much by building something so big.
Yeah,
But
that's what I'm seeing a lot too. Like the brand new construction, it's very hard to sell. Like nobody needs more than 7,000 square feet nowadays. I mean, unless you
that's
have
a
a,
lot.
and even that's a lot. I mean, and that's including the lower level, like 7,500. The house you guys built was just enormous, and it was beautiful. It's just like you said, that buyer pool to have 6 kids. I mean, not many families have 6 kids, especially from the city. Most families are looking at two, maybe three tops, just because you can't have immense families in the city. So it's a learning curve, and I love
Always.
watching. I always love to see who buys which house, and see why they bought the house, for what reason. And obviously, that house was sold because it had the extra bedroom count and had the extra space for them.
Yeah, because we had to drop the price so many times that it became a value.
But it's good to finally have it sold.
Yeah, it is. It is, and we have so the new construction that I'm going to be starting in a few months is it's a custom build, so it's for a client,
Hmm.
and it's a totally different finish and style than the house that we built in North Haven. This is it's much more modern, contemporary. It's a curtain wall style home. There's a lot of glass, board
Awesome.
concrete wall, and that's most of the work I've done this year has trended towards the modern side. So it's kind of exciting to see that happening and be a part of kind of a signature build in the dunes. This house it's going to be special. It's going to stand out, especially in
Who's
that
the
area.
Who's the architect?
Barnes and Coy.
Oh, they're good. So that
They're
going to
very
be
good.
special. Yeah.
Yeah, what they
That-
did. So I'm honored just to be a part of this process.
yeah, and I know that I know we had a couple people request a couple questions. So one of the
Right.
questions is, what type of builder are you? And I think that means more along the lines of, like, what's your favorite style? Do you like to build, and so on and so forth? Or you really are indifferent at this point? You just
I like to build whatever the client asks us to build. That's my answer. All right.
What a neutral question.
Yeah. I don't want to limit myself. I mean, styles are changing, personalities are different, preferences are different. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. If I'm not experienced in it, I'm going to tell them, up front from the beginning, that we might have some learning curve here and there. But I've been doing this for a while now. I've kind of seen everything and know my way around just about any set of plans. So to answer the question, whatever the client is looking for, that's the kind of builder I am.
All right, and then one other topic before we get into your car company, I wanted to quickly chat about. So, what is your favorite restaurant in the Hamptons? I know that you live up island, but you do spend so much time out here. So, what's your favorite spot to hit?
I had to pick. Well, I'd probably say Pierre's in Bridge.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
They just they don't miss everything they do. They get it right. The location's great. It has history. So Pierre's would be my spot.
Okay, and let's get into the final subject. So I know you're starting this car club, which I'm gonna end up having to join, but I can't wait. I just have to see which car I'm gonna bring there.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you there, Jimmy. This weekend too, Saturday. If you want to pop by, we're doing a little mini rally, 9:30
Yeah, I'll
a.m.
definitely come by. So why don't you tell people really quickly about
So
the
yeah,
club?
I'm a pretty serious car enthusiast. It's been a passion of mine for a while, and seeing the demand, like the surge of people out in the Hamptons this year, and
Hmm.
how many people are actually out there, and how many cars I've seen around on the exotic side and classic side. um, it kind of gave me the push to hit the go button on a vision I've had for a while, which is a members only auto enthusiast club.
What is it
So
called?
it's a members only auto enthusiast club.
Yeah,
So
what's Rally Point East, right?
there you go.
There it is. There it
Rally
is.
Point East. Yep, it's right in Bridgehampton, right down the street from you guys, from your office. It's on Montauk Highway. Brand new construction building. I know the builder and the developer. We're leasing it from them. It's
Awesome.
pretty exciting. Yeah, we're gonna have a members lounge. It's a spot for car guys like myself and the many others that are out there to kind of call their own, have a members lounge, meet up for every weekend drive, host the F1 races, brand activations. We're going to be bringing a lot of manufacturers in. So it's going to be very car centric. It's going to be a spot where we can kind of all be ourselves. Our passions are on display, meet new people, business connections. There's nothing like it out east. This is the first of its kind.
Hmm.
So the response has been, pretty tremendous, and it's an extension of what I do out there, of my North Haven Builders brand. I want to tie the two together. For the people that do know me out there, they're pretty excited about it, and I'm looking forward to really being part of that community in Bridgehampton and setting our roots down at that spot.
That's awesome, and I can't wait to stop by tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well, I
that's
appreciate
great.
you coming on
No
and
problem.
introducing you to everybody. And if you guys have any renovations or brand new constructions, please reach out to Chris at North
Yeah.
Haven.
Any questions, just DM me. I'm pretty active on social, North Haven Built on my Instagram. I try to get to every question by the end of the night. So whatever it is I can help you with, don't be a stranger. Just ask.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it, guys. Bye.
Talk to you.